Welcome to the Make More Money as a Dietitian podcast, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and marketing so your nutrition business can thrive and you can make a bigger impact in the marketplace. I am your host, Christine Diane, registered dietitian and money mindset expert. Let's get started with today's episode. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. Today I have another guest interview for you that I know and, well, I hope you'll enjoy. And today I'm interviewing Joy Diggs of Digg Deep Fitness. Joy is not only a registered dietitian, but she is also a fitness trainer, personal trainer. She is so amazing at what she does. I've been following Joy for a while on Facebook and invited her to be on the podcast because I love how she builds mindset into her work. And she is so inspiring with her videos that she creates for her clients and for just, the public in general. So lean into this. This is going to be a good episode for you to just take a listen to and learn from another dietitian who is out there doing fabulous things. And I know you guys know that I'm also here to elevate the voices of Black dietitians, and Joy is one of those that I have interviewed over the past few months. My intention was to have her interview ready for February for Black History Month, but we had a little faux pas during our recording, and oh my God. So you guys are going to hear the faux pas. You're going to hear in the background where my building management team decided to have a random fire alarm drill, wouldn't you know it. And so you'll hear that fire alarm go off in the background, and then I pause the recording, and then I come back and I'm somewhat repeating myself. But we rolled with it, y'all, because this is what we do over here. We just roll with the punches. There was no editing. There was nothing. We just went on ahead and did the whole thing. So I just want to let you know that that's what happened as well. But regardless, nevertheless, enjoy this interview with Joy Diggs. She's going to talk to us about creating those multiple streams of income and building community within those multiple streams in order to make more money as a dietitian. Enjoy. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. I hope you are having a fantastic week. I'm really excited to share our next guest with you today. She is not only a registered dietitian, but she's also a personal trainer. She is a woman of color. She is doing all of the things out here in the dietitian and nutrition and fitness world. Joy Diggs is with us today from Digg Deep Fitness. And I really want you guys to listen to what she has to say today, because what she's going to be talking to us about is how you can make more money as a dietitian by having multiple streams of income, and not only having multiple streams, but really growing a community through those streams. So welcome to the podcast, Joy. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait for us to chat.
Yes, this is going to be so good. Look, this is the time that I want to elevate the voices of Black dietitians. And you were one of the first people that I thought of because, as I mentioned before we got on here, before I pushed record, I should say. I've been following you for a while on Facebook. I love everything that you do. And it's just such a pleasure to have you. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone, let them know what you do and anything else you want to say.
Okay. Well, as Christine said, I'm Joy Diggs. I'm a certified personal trainer. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm also a certified weight loss specialist. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker. And it boils down to I help busy professionals prioritize their life goals, live with purpose, and pursue a healthy lifestyle. So all of that means is, are you doing what you want to be doing? And if not, how can I assist you with living bigger, believing bigger, and really living out your dreams that you have for your life.
Yeah.
And I do that through, the personal training. I do that through the nutrition consultations. But not only that, I love talking to my clients about their lives. What's going on with your family? What's going on with your career? What do you really want to be doing? Are you pursuing that? How can I help you make a plan to start your business, start a new career, have a better relationship, foster better friendships, because all of that plays a role in creating an overall healthy lifestyle.
Yes, yes. I mean, I agree with you 1000%. When I was practicing as a dietitian and doing health coaching, that was a lot of what I did too. I did the same exact thing. People would come to me, primarily women, and they wanted to look better and feel better, right? Which really just translates most of the time into losing weight, right? I
Right.
want to lose weight, but I always say that really translates into you want to look better and you want to feel better. So they would come to me for that initially. And then we end up like extracting all of these little elements in other areas of their lives that really were the root causes of the weight gain, the root causes of their, maybe they were depressed or not feeling so good about themselves. So I agree with you 1000% that when we work with clients, we do need to support them in all areas of their lives because it is a more holistic approach. We are holistic beings, I believe. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And all of that, like I said before, is going to affect your eating habits, good or bad.
I'm trying to tell you,
Yes.
when you're not feeling good about yourself, you could be laying in the bed eating ice cream and Cheez-Its and all the things. But
All the things.
when you're feeling really good about yourself, you find other ways to fill yourself up. So
Absolutely.
I 1000% agree. So I would love to hear a little background to your journey to becoming a dietitian, Joy. How did this all start?
Okay, I'm going to try to shorten the story and not go into all the details.
Yeah.
But it really started at a young age. And when I say young, I'm talking about fifth grade.
Oh.
So in elementary school, I think in fifth grade, they had the 4 food groups at the time.
Oh,
And so
wow.
we had this huge school assembly, and they brought some dietitians, and they were talking to us about, like, the fruit and vegetable group, the meat group, the dairy group, all of that. And I was like, wow, okay, so the food that we're eating is a little bit more than just, I started to kind of see what it was providing for our body. And so I still remember the excitement from that fifth grade assembly.
Wow.
And then as I got into middle school and high school, I took some more classes that were related to nutrition. So in high school, I took family and consumer sciences.
Right.
So we learned about, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and so it broke it down a little bit more as far as what the food was doing in our body. But not only that, I also was looking at family members who were getting sick. So now I have family members with high blood pressure, cancers, diabetes, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, all of those things. And I'm starting to relate how the food is contributing to those diseases.
Yeah.
Right? Because I grew up in my grandmother's house.
Okay.
And so here in Houston, Texas, so we're eating soul food every night.
I hear you.
And I'm eating 2 and 3 plates of food. And I'm looking, okay, she's diabetic. She has high blood pressure, but we still eating soul food, right?
Yes.
And so it wasn't until my senior year of high school when I participated in a research study.
Oh,
so I used to be I'll call myself a professional lab rat, where I would sign up for these studies to get money.
Oh,
yeah, because,
I love it.
This is like Houston, so we have the largest medical center in the world. So you can always sign up for these studies and get like a couple $100s.
Wow.
So this one particular study was the effect of a low-fat diet on your metabolism. And so they told me exactly what to eat for a week. They provided all the food. So that was all that I can eat. So now I'm eating carrot sticks and, really, really healthy. And before then I was eating Hot Pockets, Fruitopia, for lunch, just junk food, chips. And so this one week when I ate healthy, I was really able to feel the difference. And I think most of it may have been mental, just the mental aspect of knowing I was doing something to better my body.
Right.
But once that study was over for that week, I decided, hey, I'm going to continue this.
Oh, that's so good.
When I got into college, I wanted to major in something that was health related so that I can help other people develop that same viewpoint, really focusing on what you're putting into your body and how it's going to affect you long term. So I kind of fell into personal training when I went into grad school because I was going, to become a dietitian. And in undergrad, I had a degree in exercise and sports science.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I got into grad school, I was like, I need a flexible job with part-time hours. People say I look like a trainer. I'm already working out. Let's go see what this personal training thing is all about. And that was 12 years ago.
Wow.
And I got in there. I loved it. And I just decided to combine it with the dietitian piece once I finished with my graduate degree and internship. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm feeling so inspired just listening to you because I can remember, I'm probably a whole decade older than you, but I can remember when I used to aspire to be a bodybuilder. I never said this out loud on the podcast, y'all. So don't trip. Okay. Do not trip on your girl. I've always had all these big, grandiose aspirations. That's one of the things I can remember about myself, just in general. I've always dreamed big things. And for me, that was a big thing because I've always hated exercise. Oh my God. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. So that is really, really interesting because I kind of remember a time in my life when I wanted to be a bodybuilder.
I want to hear more about this.
I know it's so crazy because I have never mentioned this on the podcast and only a select few people know this about me. But yeah, I did. It's really crazy because I've never really liked exercise much, but I always felt like that doing something or achieving something like that would get me to a place of really loving it more. But I never did it because I didn't have the belief in myself that I could do it.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, and for me, I don't know if it's that I didn't or I don't like exercise. I think I'm just probably like most of your clients. I actually have to get there. I've just, wish someone could teleport me to the fitness room.
So when you're there, you're fine, but it's the getting there.
It's the getting there. It's like church, right? Yeah. It's like, it's going to be good when you get there, but the getting there can sometimes be challenging to kind of motivate yourself to move forward. So, but I love your story. And I love the fact that you can take it all the way back to 5th grade, which really feels like it's something that was meant for you. Do you feel like that?
It shows me. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my God. So when it comes to creating what you've created so far for Digg Deep Fitness, I'd love to hear how you got to that point, where you are now. How did you get from becoming that personal trainer / dietitian after you finish all of your education to creating Digg Deep Fitness?
Well, I started training at Bally Total Fitness.
Oh,
this is 2008.
Yeah.
And I trained there for a year, and Bally Total Fitness literally did not really give us anything regarding building up our clientele. So, we're making all the phone calls. We're having to approach strangers on the floor and convince them to work out with us. And so when I took a step back, I was like, wait, I'm doing all the work and I'm only getting like a fourth of what the client is paying. Right. Now the client was paying $60 and I was receiving $15.
Oh my goodness.
And so I'm looking at my paycheck and I feel like I was like, I'm working more and more, but my paycheck isn't really growing. So that started the wheels turning, like, do I really need Bally's? No, what I need is exercise equipment, and I can take my clients and I can make, even if I charge $40 for the session, now I'm making almost 3 times the amount of money and I'm still saving the client, $20. Yeah. So that's what I did. I found a gym. So I started up in Atlanta, Digg Deep Personal Training at the time. I did that for a year.
Okay.
So then, I had to bounce around to do my internship. And then I moved back to Houston because I was in Atlanta. Okay. And so once I moved back to Houston, finished my internship, I was working for a gym again for a year. And the same thing, I was like, now they're paying $70 a session and my paycheck is still not adding up. Yeah. So let me again find a gym. And then I can also, kind of control who I want to work with. Because when you're working for a gym, there's only a certain clientele that's coming in those doors. The people that they, attract.
Mm-hmm.
The gym I was working for at the time was a corporate gym inside of an office building. So only the people who worked in that building were having those memberships.
Oh, okay.
So if I met someone outside of a grocery store, they would have to drive downtown, find street parking, come up to, use the elevator. I was like, they're not going to do all that.
Mm-mm.
So I again decided to step out on faith, literally, and create my own thing again.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, I kind of fell into the trap that many people do, where you kind of get complacent where you are.
Yes.
And so as I was working for that gym, I knew I didn't like it. I knew I wasn't vibing with the clientele, but I was just kind of like, I'm here. I'm going to make the most of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until another employee connected me with someone who was looking for a female trainer, another trainer who had his own spot. He was like, hey, my boy so-and-so is looking for a trainer. You should contact him. And so when I met with him, this guy had been training for 4.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I had been training for 4 years, but he had his own gym and was about to open up his second location.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Yes. He's
in the position to hire me, and I'm just here, just kind of passing up the time. And so the next day, I went to the courthouse and I established Digg Deep Fitness. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm giving myself a year to grow my clientele, and then I'm getting out of the gym. Okay. And so that was kind of like my wake-up call.
Wow. You know what? I feel like those of us who go into entrepreneurship or are directed towards it, right? There's always that story, the origin story, right? There's always that one person or that one event that helps us change the trajectory of what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And when we recognize it, and we may not really recognize it at the time for what it really is, but if we take heed to it, then it can just change everything for us. So that one person, right?
And it also depends on how you take it, right? Because what could have happened is I could have gotten discouraged.
Yes.
I could have felt like, you know what, I'm never going to amount to anything because he's already at this level and I'm still at the same position that I've been in at, X number of years, whatever. And we kind of tell ourselves these stories that keeps us from breaking through and really accomplishing the next step in the next chapter.
I'm trying to tell you, and that is what the mission and the movement of Make More Money as a Dietitian is really all about. It is about how we perceive this thing, right?
Exactly.
You can choose. Right. It is the mindset, and you can choose because you're a human. You have free will of choice. You can choose to perceive it one way or the other way. And it really is up to you. So good for you for recognizing this as possibility, as opportunity, instead of like competition or, whatever, I don't even associate with any of that other stuff. I can't even bring up all the words. I really can't. I just can't, because I don't even believe that there's competition. When we talk about, a lot of dietitians, for example, will ask, what's the going rate for XYZ? And I always say the going rate is the one that you set for yourself. There is no going rate. If you take the time, stop being lazy. Okay. I'm just going to call it for what I believe it is. Stop being lazy and not want to figure out what your rate could be. Okay. Because, that's numbers, that's math. And a lot of us don't really like math. I know I never did until now. And we don't want to calculate stuff, but come on, figure out your own rate. This is how you determine what your services are worth. You don't have to figure out the going rate. And I do actually understand where that comes from. That is, in my opinion, old school way of doing business. But we in a whole new millennium, y'all.
Yeah,
we almost a quarter of a way through a new millennium. When we going to change? I know, right? When we going to change our mindset, y'all? We can't be back in 1995. We have to step up into almost 25.
21.
Yeah, almost 21, but as we are recording this, we're still in 2020, but this should be airing in 2021 as they listen. It's time to step it up. And speaking of step it up, let's talk about what you have done as far as creating those multiple streams and how you've cultivated a community by doing so.
Okay. So I've had my company for 8 years, and I would say around the fifth year was when I started getting, I hate to say bored,
Hello.
because it sounds horrible, but I was doing the same things over and over again. It was like the cycle of getting clients, helping clients, the clients moving on. So it's just like the cycle. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. I feel moderately successful, but I also want to feel fulfilled for myself and inspired for myself, right? So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what's the next thing? And so I happened to get a client who was a marketing consultant.
Oh, nice.
And so he and I would kind of like bounce ideas off of each other. And I had never really thought about doing events. I would see other
Mm.
people doing events, but I never really thought that I could like host an event, have people come, pay to come, and it be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to combine brunch, which everybody loves,
Yes.
and a boot camp. So I called
Oh,
it so I called it brunch and boot camp.
okay.
And that
Okay.
was, yeah, so I think that was 2017. And
Okay.
so that was my first time hosting an event, people coming, loving it. And so what we did was we worked out first and then they ate at the end. And they worked out, we set up tables, we had the brunch catered, and people who had walked in as strangers are now sitting down, eating together, talking about their fitness goals, talking about their lives.
Oh,
And
so
I just
good.
took a step back and I was like, wow, like kind of like look what I created. And
Yes.
that just turned on a whole different mindset. Like,
Mm.
people a lot of times feel like they're in this health journey by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's them and their trainer, it's them and their dietitian. They may
Yeah.
not have another support system. So what more can I do to help create this community and help people meet other people who have their similar goals? And
Mm-hmm.
so, I did that event. I did the Fit Mix event, which is another fitness social.
I love that
Um,
one, girl.
it's just like things that are fun, that bring fun to health,
Mm-hmm.
because you're in the gym, you go to work, you go home, and you're just in this cycle. But like, what other things can you do that are interesting and fun that can
Mm-hmm.
still fit into your fitness goals?
Tell everybody about this fit mix because that is everything.
Well, there's also Baywatch Boot Camp. Is that the one you're talking about?
I guess, girl. I mean, I just remember seeing you get the people together, almost
Yeah.
like speed dating with a little boot
That
camp on the
yeah,
side.
yeah, yeah. That's Baywatch.
Oh my,
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my God.
So Baywatch is a speed dating boot camp for singles who love fitness.
Oh my
And
God,
that
girl. I
was
love you. You
so
just so awesome.
much fun. So
Of
it's 10,
course.
it's 10 men, 10 women. I set it up in circuits where each circuit has a question and an exercise.
Yeah.
And you get a chance to chat with somebody,
Yeah.
find out, what their favorite date is. You do an exercise together, and then you rotate to the next person.
Oh my
So you
God.
end up meeting 10 different people. And at the end, if you feel like you're connected with somebody, you just check their name off on the card. If it's mutual, you get their information at the end of the event, and you've met somebody who could potentially be a friend,
Mm-hmm.
business partner, or even get into a
A,
relationship.
a bay. Okay.
A
A
bae,
bay. Oh my
bae,
God. This
BAE watch.
look, I have all kinds of thoughts. I'm not even going to share it on this podcast, but when we hook up afterwards,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, girl. Yes. Like that needs to be a whole brand.
It is.
Yes, that
It's
really
trademarked and everything.
oh, good for you, smart
Yeah.
woman. Oh,
But yeah,
yes.
so I started with the events, and then of course with the events is something else that I have to be there for. So
Mm-hmm.
now comes the mindset, okay, I need to create something where I don't have to be there and I
Okay.
can still be making money. So then I
Okay.
started developing online products.
Oh,
Yes.
tell me about that.
So I made a meal plan that's called Power Plate 28.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's a 28-day meal plan that tells you exactly what to eat, gives you all the recipes, give you the grocery list.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times on social media, we see like influencers and people who aren't really qualified
Mm-hmm.
selling meal plans, and
Mm-hmm.
they're talking about weight loss and this and that, but are they really providing something that's healthy?
Mm-mm.
9 times out of 10 is not, or they have people eating the same thing every single day for 28 days, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm-hmm.
not really nutritious.
Right.
So I was like, me as a dietitian, we keep saying that we're the expert. Let's put that expertise to work
Yes.
and create something that's actually is healthy.
Yes.
So I created a meal plan, also made a vegan version.
Mm.
So those two have their separate websites, and that just creates another revenue stream. So
Yeah.
just to give you an example, even though I haven't really consistently been selling them this year because just with COVID, I've been thinking about other things.
Yes.
But we had Black Friday weekend come up, and I was like, I had this meal plan that's already created. Let me just send out a couple emails and see if anybody will buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up making like an extra $1,000 that
Wow.
weekend just from a couple emails. So just imagine if you have an online product that you're marketing consistently,
Yeah.
how that's creating another revenue stream where you don't have to be there and you're
Mm-hmm.
still making money, of course, in your sleep.
Yeah. Look, and as someone who is in the house all day, every day since March, right? I might
Real.
want, I might want something a little more diverse in my meal plan
Exactly.
repertoire. So I could see why you sold and made a
Yeah, people
thousand
get bored
dollars.
eating this, bored eating the same thing all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
The grocery list is already there, so they don't have to think about what they're going to buy at the store. I
Mm-hmm.
don't push it as like a weight loss plan. That's not my mission. My mission is to get people to eat healthier overall.
Yeah.
So eating balanced meals.
Yeah.
So that's what the plan is creating.
Okay. And okay, so let me just drop this in here real quick because as health professionals, as dietitians and all of those things, I think it's really also important for people to know that we are not always about the healthy all of the time. So
Right.
I would love for you to tell the people, even though this is an audience full of dietitians, tell the dietitians about these cookies, girl. I'm mad because I can't
Oh,
get any.
why
Okay.
not?
Have you started shipping?
I started
Because,
shipping last week.
well, I'm not on the Facebook, so I
Oh,
missed out.
that's true.
So
That's true.
I will be buying me some cookies. Thank you for letting me know. But tell
You're
all the
welcome.
people about the cookies.
Okay. So I'll preface this with saying that one of the things that I really like to show is transparency with health professionals.
Yes.
Because a lot of times people make us out to be like these superhumans, these robots that we only eat salads and we never eat anything that's bad, quote unquote.
Right.
So one thing that I make a point to show is my chocolate Thursday. So every Thursday I enjoy something chocolate, my chocolate chip cookies, my brownie, cake, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so people have seen me posting these chocolate things over the years. And I wasn't sometimes able to find like a really good chocolate chip cookie.
Mm.
And so someone sent me a recipe for a brown butter bourbon pecan chocolate chip cookie.
Oh my God.
And I made it last Thanksgiving of 2019.
Okay.
And so I made that recipe and it was okay, but I felt like I could make it better.
Okay.
So I made some tweaks, gave it away to some people. They loved them. People were asking for more, gave those away. Those people love them. And I was like, if I make any more, because I was giving them away for free. Okay. But if I make some more, you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So people were like, okay, how much are they?
Yeah.
And I'm like, really? So that's when I decided to create Sugar and Joy.
Oh my God.
And
Joy.
I started baking cookies on the side just as like another little, revenue stream. And it's something I do as a hobby. I don't have any like huge aspirations for it, but like you were saying, people like to enjoy their chocolate just as much as healthy food. So being able to create that balance.
Yes.
I want to indulge a little bit.
Yes. And I think it gives you a standout moment, right? Where your brand can stand out because you're that dietitian slash personal trainer who also bakes cookies. Like, seriously, this is everything.
Right. And I mean, I've gotten a little bit of backlash. Like, I'm going to have to stop. I'm going to have to unfollow you if you keep posting these cookies. And I'm like, I'm only posting them like once a week. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
And girl, bye. Okay. Because
exactly.
What is the problem? We're all human,
Right.
Good golly.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So you have the multiple streams of income, and what kind of community have you cultivated by doing this?
So the community that I've cultivated is people who enjoy being social while being fit. And so, like I said before, one of my big missions is helping people to realize that healthy is a lifestyle and it's not just going to the gym, that it's not just eating your salads or whatever, but it's also in your friendships, finding people that motivate you and can keep you accountable. And so people are able to find those types of people in the events that I foster, as well as my clients been able to meet each other.
Yeah.
And realizing that they're in the struggle together.
Yes.
And then also with the social media community as well. And so,
Yeah, I love it. And so for the dietitians who are listening, um, what would you like them to know about being able to make more money as a dietitian in maybe the most unconventional ways? Like, what kind of tip would you give?
I would say find the thing that you're passionate about. I mean, even of course, we're all passionate about health, right? But there's this thing that makes us each unique, right?
Yes.
There's a reason why people gravitate towards us, and the thing that people
Mhm.
gravitate towards me for is because I'm showing these other sides, like the chocolate, and they see me drinking my margarita, when I
Mhm.
go out. So finding that little thing that makes you different, and then kind of forming your community around that thing, and forming
Mm.
your products around that thing.
I think that's so important. And, you know, I also think that is such a hard thing for so many to do. Um, and I want to say it could possibly be because so many of us shy away from what makes us unique.
Hmm.
We shy away from it because of the stories that we tell ourselves, right? Have you noticed that, or what are your
Yeah.
thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I have clients who have those self-limiting beliefs all the time, and
Mhm.
sometimes I just have to tell them like that's not true. Like
Mhm.
I have a client who wants to start a business.
Mhm.
She was saying, well, people aren't going to pay for X, Y, and Z, and I'm just like, well, people are paying for personal training, and that's $500-$600 a month. So if they can pay for this, why wouldn't they be able to pay for your service?
Right.
So it's those, like you said, those little beliefs that we have that are untruths that we keep telling ourselves that stop us from moving forward on whatever our goal is.
And if we dig back deep into our past, we're likely to find out where those beliefs come from. They don't necessarily come from ourselves.
Right.
They
Someone
come
told
from,
us at some
yep,
point.
they
Mm-hmm.
come from someone else. They come from maybe even an experience, something happened that led us to believe something about ourselves that wasn't true. So, for those of you listening, I want to invite you to dig back into your past. If you feel like you have something that is a limiting belief that is holding you back from your unique greatness, um, dig back and figure out what happened in your past that caused you to start believing that thing about yourself that really isn't true? Or was it something that someone said to you that caused you to believe a thing about yourself that is not true at all? I know that for me, I've had to do that difficult work, and I didn't do it alone either. I actually have learned through my own mentorships how to excavate these things, these experiences, or the people who've said something or another. And it really oftentimes takes not only a conscious level of awareness, but it also takes a body awareness, like your somatic feeling about the event that happened, how you felt in your body at the time that that happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we don't really take notice of the feeling that occurs when we have certain negative experiences. And then it becomes an imprint within our bodies that we take with us from year to year to year. And then it becomes decades of
Right.
feeling so bad about ourselves. So I just want to invite you to think about, first and foremost, like, who said what, or what happened in your past that caused you to believe a certain thing about yourself that is holding you back. That is so, so important.
Yeah, and I'm also like a huge advocate for therapy because
Oh, yes.
they're gonna help you dig into those uncomfortable moments that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times we bury, and we get to a point where we think about it and we try not to think about it, but they help create those breakthroughs and those things that are holding you back, and being able to get over those things so that you can really live your life to your fullest potential and create the life that you want to live.
Yes, I'm definitely an advocate of therapy. I have started going back to therapy since we've been in um, the pandemic, because, hello, pandemic.
Yeah, I'm like, if you don't have a therapist in 2020,
Seriously,
you're not living. I go every other week myself. So
yes, well, I'm there every week. I'm like, hey, we on this Zoom every week. Like, okay, let's talk about XYZ today because this is horrible. This is horrible. All right, okay, so let's sum it up for all the people. Let's sum up how you have started to make more money as a dietitian / fitness trainer. What are you doing to do that one thing? Like, what are your elements?
What I did was I pinpointed the main reasons why people were coming to me outside of other fitness professionals, dietitians, and then I created products that surround that thing about me that people were coming to me for. Mm-hmm. And so a big piece of that was, hey, Joy doesn't just like eating salad. She enjoys eating good food. Mm-hmm. Not only that, she has treat days where she thoroughly enjoys her chocolate. Mm-hmm. And Joy is able to be social while still living a healthy lifestyle. So those are the three components that I make sure that my products and services and events have, attached to them. And then it makes it easier for me to create things outside of that.
I love that. I love that. So good. All right, you guys, it's time. By the time you're listening to this, it's 2021. And if you don't have a plan to make more money this year than you did last year, I want to invite you to join Embody Academy. Seriously, if you did not take advantage of the founding members offer last October, you did not take advantage of the 14-day trial at all. We've offered it twice, I believe, by now. By the time you are listening to this, you've had the opportunity to at least test drive Embody Academy for 14 days. On 2 separate occasions. We had open enrollment where you could have just came on in the room, okay, as a member, because you know that it's time. Now, join Embody Academy, y'all. Join Embody Academy. It is a membership that you will not regret investing in. It is something where the members are currently getting amazing results already. So all you have to do is go to my website, moneymindset-dietitian.com/embody-academy and check out all the details there. And I hope to see you. I hope to see your name on the roster. It's time, y'all. It's time to make more money as dietitians. It's 2021. And you need to make a commitment. That's all I got to say for you. You need to. Okay. All right, you guys, have a great rest of the week and weekend ahead. And I'll see you on the next episode of Make More Money as a Dietitian. Bye. Hey, if you want to learn more about how you can make more money as a dietitian, I want you to check out my newest signature program, Embody Academy. All you have to do is head on over to moneymindset-dietitian.com/embody-academy. Again, that's moneymindset-dietitian.com/embody-academy and click on the Learn More button and get signed up to join us today. I can't wait to see your name on the roster so that I can help you learn how to make more money as a dietitian.